Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time there was a prince who was very handsome, but also selfish and unkind. One cold winter night, a poor old woman went to his castle and asked if she could stay there. The cruel prince refused. Then the woman revealed that she was an old enchantress, and punishment for his behavior, she put the prince and all who lived in the castle under a powerful spell. The prince was turned into a terrible beast, and all of his servants were changed into enchanted household objects. Mrs. Potts and Cook and her son Chip became a teapot and a teacup. Cogsworth, the head butler, became a mantel clock, and Lumiere, the maître became a candelabrum. According to the spell, the prince and all the servants could change back into humans only if the prince learned to love someone and be loved by his 21st birthday. Because he was so ashamed of his hideous appearance, the beast kept himself hidden in his castle. He could only stay the outside world through a magical mirror. Not far from the castle, there lived a lovely young woman named Belle. She longed for a life of excitement and an adventure. But in her small village, the only adventure to be found in the books she loved to read. Gaston, a hunter who lived in the same village, had no interest of all books, but he was interested in Belle. "She's the lucky girl I'm going to marry," he bragged to his friends. Belle, on the other hand, thought Gaston was a bully who was interested in himself. She had no intention of marrying him. One dark winter day, Belle's father Maurice started out on a journey. On his way through the forest and his horse, Philip got lost. As night fell, Maurice sought shelter in a gloomy castle, the same castle where the beast lived. Maurice was greeted by beast servants Cogsworth and Lumiere. They were glad to have company and eagerly welcomed him. Maurice was quite surprised that the servants were enchanted household objects, but he was happy to have a warm place to stay. Cogsworth was worried about what would happen if his master saw unexpected guests. The beast was very furious and didn't like anyone from outside world to see him. When the beast discovered that Maurice was in the castle, he roared, "You are not welcome here." He believed that Maurice had come to make fun of his terrible appearance, and so he dragged him off the dungeon. Maurice was very frightened. The next morning, Maurice's horse arrived at home alone. Belle knew something had gone terribly wrong. "Where's Papa?" she cried. "Take me to him." She climbed on Philip's back and rode all the way to the beast's castle. Belle bravely went into the gate and into the castle, but her courage was not to be rewarded. The beast refused to release Maurice. "There is nothing you can do," said the beast. "He's my prisoner." Only when Belle offered to take her father's place forever did the Beast finally agree to let him go. Mirth went back to the village to round up some help. "I need your help. He's got her locked in the dungeon," he cried. "Slow down, Mirth. Who's got Belle locked in the dungeon?" asked Gaston. "A beast, a horrible, monstrous beast," replied Mirth. Gaston began to plot his next move. He would rescue Belle and convince her to marry him. At the castle, the beast's enchanted servants tried to make Belle feel at home. Cogsworth, Lemire, Mrs. Potts, and Little Chip knew that if Belle and the Beast fell in love, the spell over the castle would be broken. The Beast did think that someone as beautiful as Belle would ever fall in love with him, but the servants were hopeful. The servants even hosted an amazing dinner just for Belle, complete with music and candlelight. The forks, spoons, napkins, and plates all danced together. They thought that maybe if Belle grew like the castle, she would grow to like their monster as well. From the very beginning of Belle's time at the castle, the Beast was kinder to her than he had been to her father. He allowed her to live in a room instead of in the dungeon. He rescued her from wolves and attacked her when she tried to run away. When the Beast got hurt fighting the wolves, Belle helped him back to the castle and bandaged him. The Beast was touched by her kindness. One day he decided to do something special for her. "Belle," he said, "there's something I want to show you, but first you have to close your eyes. It's a surprise." He led her into a room and asked her to open her eyes. In front of Belle was the most magnificent library she had ever seen. "I've never seen so many books," she exclaimed. "It's yours," said Beasts. Each day the Beast tried his hardest to be pleasant, and Belle slowly grew fonder of him. One night they had a romantic dinner together. The Beast dressed in a dashing blue coat, and Belle wore a golden gown. They talked and laughed. Then he whirled around the ballroom floor in a beautiful dance. But Belle's heart still ached for her father. "If only I could see him again," she told the Beast. "There is one way," he replied. He handed her a small mirror. "This mirror will show you anything you wish to see." Belle asked to see her father. Mirrors appeared in the mirror, looking tired and sick. "He may be dying, and he's all alone," she told the Beast sadly. "Then you must go to him," argued the Beast. He loved Belle too much to keep her away from father, even if he was his only hope to break the spell. Belle returned to her village and nursed her father back to health. She told everyone how kind the Beast had been. Gaston became very angry. He got a hold of a magic mirror that the Beast had given Belle and convinced the villagers that Beast was dangerous and should be destroyed. Then he led an angry mob to the castle. Mrs. Potts tried to warn the Beast that his castle was under attack, but after Belle left, he had lost all desire to go on it. "It doesn't matter now," he said. Just let them come." But the Beast's servants weren't going to give that easily. With all their might, they fought back against the mob of the townspeople. When they had finally driven the mob away, the servants cheered. They had won. Gaston, however, was still on the ground. He found the beast and attacked. Soon the two of them were fighting on the castle rooftop. Miles way through the battle, the beast heard determination. He grabbed Gaston's club and the two struggled. In a last attempt to kill the beast, Gaston lost his footing and fell to his death. The fight was finally over. Belle rushed to the beast's side. He was badly wounded. "You came back," he whispered. Belle's tears fell upon the beast. "Of course I came back," she cried. "I love you." With those magical words, the spell was broken. The beast was transformed into a handsome prince, and enchanted servants became human once more. "It's a miracle," declared Lumiere. At last Belle had found that she always longed for, a life full of excitement, romance, and adventure, and she and her prince lived happily ever after. The end.